Okay, let me get
All
my
right,
Bible ready.
Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh
Shem,
Shai, Yahweh,
Yeshua,
Rachak, Wadash.
Rakakada.
Double honors to the apostles and the others, great millstone, and rule well, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopefully elected the nation of Israel, Yashar Allah. This lesson, we're going to start, I don't know what to name it, so I just named it February 17th, 2019. We're going to start in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, and we're going to read verse 1 to 8, and then we're just going to go with that, I guess. Go ahead.
Okay, come.
Oh, sure.
All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2. A time and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck that which is planted. Verse 3. A time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. Verse 4. A time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Verse 5. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. Verse 6. A time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away. Verse 7. A time to rend and a time to sow. And a time to keep silence and a time to speak. Verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace.
Right. So there's a time for everything under the heavens. Right. And right now we're in the time of prophecy. We're in the time of prophesying. We're in the time of teaching, going on the highways and byways, pushing out YouTube videos. That's the time that we're in. But right now we're about to make a transition into the time period of persecution. Right. And we're not talking about somebody walks up to camp or goes on a YouTube video and talks shit. We're talking about persecution as in somebody, literally like grabs you and inflicts damage onto you, like kills you.
Holocaust type
Shalom,
How
shit.
much
Nicole.
damage on you?
Yahweh Shemel Shalom.
Shalom.
I just invited
Yahweh Shem
everybody. I
Shah
wasn't expecting
Barakatah.
anybody else to join, but the lesson we're doing, we just read Ecclesiastes 3, 1 to 8.
3, 1, and 8.
1 to 8.
Oh,
You want me to read
okay,
it
come.
again? Or him to read it again?
If you, y'all ain't got to if you don't want to, Akim.
I mean, we literally just finished reading it. So
Oh, come. Hey, yeah.
You want me to
Gabaka
read it
shot.
again?
Babu
Okay.
Kasha, yes.
All right. This is Ecclesiastes. Dang, I can't talk today. Verse 1.
Yeah, I have a lot of those days, so don't even worry about it.
It's chapter 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Con.
All right. You want me to read it?
Con.
Con, go ahead. All right.
All right. This is verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2. A time to and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck that which is planted. Verse 3. A time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up.
Hey, and
Verse
if I may add, Akim, man, we're in the time to break down, man. All right, this is the time where Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is finna break down this goddamn wicked ass kingdom. So love, man.
Right, it's also time to build up spiritually.
Oh
Our
yeah,
people and
exactly.
the elect, we got to
Con.
build up that spiritual temple. But what you just said reminded me of, oh man, how kept
What?
telling somebody to prophesy against kingdoms or against certain things. I'm getting them.
Talking about Jonah?
No. Well, that's him too, but
I think I know you talking about. I just don't remember right there. What you call it?
it looks like
Hey, through
Ezekiel
this,
most of the time.
yeah, through the spirit, it'll come up.
Well, I'm
You can
gonna
keep
I'm gonna
going.
read this because this is heavy.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, can you get
Okay, time.
Revelations 11 and 8?
Yeah.
All right. This can be a many-fold script, even though I'm pretty sure he's literally talking about Egypt in this. It's a many-fold script, though.
Revelation 11 verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was
No, I mean,
crucified.
this, what I was saying is, because that scripture is talking about America. I'm saying this scripture I'm about to read is talking about literal Egypt, but you can use it for this also. That's what I
Oh,
meant.
con.
Yeah. That scripture you're reading is literally America. So America is known as spiritual Sodom and Egypt, right? And then
Right.
this Ezekiel 29:2, Son of man, set thy face against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, which the modern day Pharaoh is Esau, and
Right.
prophesy against him and against all Egypt. And then Ezekiel 35:2, it says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Right, which Mount Seir is a dwelling place, like the homeland of Edom.
Right.
So right now we're
Uh,
spiritually killing, like spiritual warfare. We're spiritually dismantling his kingdom. And Yahushua is going to come soon to literally dismantle his kingdom.
Where damn, where is it?
And then I'm going to get this. This is Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgression, in the house of Jacob their sins. So right now we're in the time to be building up the spiritual, temple, the spiritual house of David, and to be gathering stones, gathering the elect to be speaking, right? But pretty soon we're
that's
going to be
right.
in the time where we're not going to be speaking anymore, and we're just going to be enduring all the affliction.
Con. Hey,
We're
the
also in
famine
the
of the
time
word
of
is
losing
coming, man.
too. We're in the time of losing, man, because we've lost a lot already, and you got to be willing to lose everything
Oh
down to
yeah.
your life.
Con, man. And you know the famine of the word is coming. Yesterday, bro, we did a camp. It was like 2 hours long, and they only got 14 minutes of it up. Like, the rest of that footage is nowhere to be fucking found. And we went live, too. So,
That's all messing with y'all.
Esau fucking with this shit, man. So, and it was crazy because it happened later on in the camp. But that shit's, bro, I'm telling you, it's only 14 minutes up of our camp.
Oh, it's better than none, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead,
So, like,
Zion.
You said what?
Go ahead, continue.
yeah.
Okay. Verse 4, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to
Right, we're in the
dance.
time of weeping right now. Right, you're not supposed to be in the spirit of mirth. Like,
Exactly. Con.
this is Ecclesiastes 7:1-4. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. That's why the majority of this planet is looking for any escape from reality that they can get to be happy, which is why a lot of people use drugs and drink alcohol.
Right.
Which is nothing wrong with drinking alcohol, but I'm talking about people get wasted on a daily basis because they try to escape the world.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of Edomites are overdosing on oids because their kingdom's falling, man. And they know that through the
They
spirit.
spirit know it.
All right. All right.
It's like your fucking nose, man.
All right. Go ahead, Zion.
Okay. Verse 5, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. Verse 6, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away. Verse 7, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak.
Right. And we're in the time of sowing and speaking. All right. You shouldn't be sitting in your fucking house all day, not doing any work, man. Never going out, never making videos. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. That's not the time that we're in. We're in the time of working.
Con.
Because if you don't continually feed that fire, then you're gonna freeze to death. And nobody's going to feel bad for you because you had all the supplies you had there to fuel that fire, but you chose not to. So you're going to freeze to death. And that's your own issue. That's your own personal thing. You not doing the work isn't going to kill us. That you're damaging your own self. You're working out your own salvation.
Exactly.
Making your calling and election sure. Making your calling and election sure. You can't
Right.
you can't get saved off another brother's work.
Right.
You got a lot of people that's running around here acting like, just because they calling on the names and saying shalom to the brothers, that's good enough, man. I ain't trying to sound like I've been doing the work since day one, because I haven't. It took me a dumbass long time to do it. But the fact of the matter is I'm doing it now.
Done.
You got to get out that slothful spirit.
Right. This is 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence. That's a key word right there.
Yeah.
To make your calling and election sure, for if you do these things, you shall never fail or fall. Never fall. Get diligence. For diligence, it says careful and persistent work or effort. See, that's a big thing too. Effort, man. It's effort, because this is like track, because we're all on the same team, but we're still like it's an individual race, man. But if you do certain things, there's only one person. Like one person running for your team. You get what I mean? So we're a team, but you're the one racing against, you're the one racing, man, by yourself. So you can't rely on somebody else to win the race for you. You got to finish it yourself.
Right.
I can't fucking pull out some sort of remote and control your legs to have you run, man. You got to run yourself. You got to put in your own effort. But that's a key thing is effort, right? The fact that you're showing that you're trying.
Exactly.
Because we're all going to fall short. But the difference is, are you putting in the work to the extent that you're supposed to be putting it in? Are you putting in effort? Are you showing that you actually give a fuck? That's the point. And the problem is a lot of people don't care until the weekend comes around. Then all of a sudden they're Hebrews. It doesn't work like that. All right, where the fuck were you the other 5 days of the week? You're Hebrew for 2 days, but where were you the other days? Nowhere to be found. Sticking your foot up Esau's ass. Lord ain't dealing with people like that, man.
Exactly. And being a spirit like that.
This is do you want to get it? It's Revelations 3:16 or start verse 15 and 16. Revelations 3.
Okay. Let me get that. Revelations 3. All right, you said what verse?
15 to 16.
Okay. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 15. I know thy works. They that are neither cold nor hot. I would thou were cold or hot. Verse 16. So then, because they are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Right. So Yahweh wants you to either be in the world or hot in this truth, not halfway.
Right.
Right? There's no room
That's
for
the
that.
false balance. And you don't like that.
Well, yeah, because you can't be halfway on, halfway off, man. It doesn't work like that.
Exactly.
It doesn't work like that. If you're about to get on a plane, you can't have half your body outside the plane, half your body inside the plane.
Right. That's madness.
Yeah, that's madness. And you're probably going to fly out of the plane and die. So, well, you will. You got to be hot for this truth, man. You got to be putting in the work, and not just 2 days of the week, not just when it's warm outside, all the time.
Right.
Year round. All right, this is 2 Timothy 4:2. Preach the word, be instant, in season, out of season. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. It says in season and out of season. All right, so it doesn't matter. Now, how long you're out there may change because of how hot or cold it is. But the fact is, you're still going out showing effort.
Con.
And that effort is not in
That's the
vain.
truth.
A lot of people don't want to go out because it's cold. And a lot of people that don't go out, it's not even fucking cold where you live, man. It's above 32 degrees. It's above freezing. You're just a pussy. That's your problem. All right. And I'm not saying I'm hard or anything like that, but that's your fucking problem. You talking about it's cold. It's not even fucking below 32 degrees, man. It's not even freezing out there. You're not going to get frostbite. Sit your fucking ass down and do the work, man. Making up excuses like that. There's brothers in Alaska that are going out. You have no excuse, man.
Right.
No
Yeah, man.
fucking excuse.
Right. Yeah, they just be trying to find excuses not do the will, do the work.
Right. So you can't go outside because it's 40 degrees, but how wish I die for you, right? That's a fair trade. Fucking
Right.
pussy. Well, I ain't talking like I'm hard because I'm not saying I'm tough, but a lot of jakes are so fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah. That's exactly why we have to rebuke them because they just.
No, I can't run this race because I got a splinter in my thumb. I'm gonna smack the shit out of you, man. Fucking ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, they be trying. Yeah, that's why we have to rebuke them. But they be trying to hide behind really little petty excuses like that. That's exactly why we have to rebuke them.
Exactly. Well, that's what it just said. It said reprove, rebuke, exhort. So that's part of it.
Right, and that's why
We want you to be saved, man. And you're not gonna be saved sitting on your ass drinking hot chocolate by a campfire, man. Or well, not a campfire, but a fireplace. You got to get out there and do the work.
Right. And then there's another scripture saying we might, I don't know the exact chapter or verse, but it says we may be rude in speech, but not in knowledge, or something like that.
Yeah.
It goes to show you, like, there's something. Yeah, sometimes you have to take chastisement and rebuke. We all have to take chastisement.
Well, if you were wise, you would listen to rebuke.
Exactly.
Because rebuke isn't hatred. Rebuke is love. Let me get that.
Right. And like we try and tell people, we telling you this because we love you actually, and like okay, well if I had a friend of mine and he was smoking cigarettes, why would I let him sit up there and do harm to himself if I loved him? You know what I mean?
Right.
I would tell him stop doing it because it's harming you. Like, yeah, and people here are just really really sensitive. I would say very very sensitive.
Right. Yeah, they are. People today are very sensitive. This is Proverbs 27:5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. It's actually part of the law to rebuke your neighbor and not suffer him to sin. Right? So you people talk about GMS getting on your camp and all that, or getting on you, is because they care about you.
Right.
And if they weren't saying anything, you should be concerned. But that just shows that you people are childish, man, because you don't like people that because they're really spiritual parents to us. So they're telling you to get right because they love you. You know, they're pointing you out, telling you what you're doing wrong, and you don't want to hear it.
Right. It's just like your parents rebuke you. Your parents have to correct you and chastise you. That's how the Heavenly Father is. He's like your ultimate parent. He corrects you and tells you to do things for a certain reason.
Right. And he uses men to tell you to change your attitude. He uses his prophets to do that. That's what he's always done throughout the scriptures.
Right.
This is Leviticus 19:17. Go ahead.
But yeah, just like I was saying, yeah, this place has made people really sensitive. Everything's so sensitive all the time. Like, it's bad. But you can go ahead.
All right, it's Leviticus 19:17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. All right, so we're telling you that you're going off with doctrine because you're putting blood upon your hands, man. When you're teaching false doctrine, you're leading people astray. All right? So we're trying to correct you to get you right. It's like if you're driving a car and your taillights are, we're going to tell you, because otherwise you're going to get pulled over by the police. You're going to get fined. Why? You're always talking shit, always telling me what to do. Okay, well then you're going to get pulled over, man. That's your fucking problem, man. We're trying to help you out. Or you standing in the middle of the street and there's a fucking semi truck coming. We're telling you to get out the way. Don't tell me what to do. All right, well, you're gonna get killed then. All right?
Right.
We're just trying to help you, man.
Right. We ain't doing this just to
I've been rebuked. Everybody in this call has been rebuked, man. It happens to everybody.
Right.
Everybody gets rebuked at some point.
Exactly.
And if you haven't gotten rebuked, you should be worried because you definitely ain't perfect. So you should be getting rebuked by somebody. And if you ain't, then you need to hang out with new people.
Exactly.
Because they ain't looking out for you.
Exactly. Yeah, like the ox said, you should be worried if you're not getting rebuked or corrected or anything like that.
All right. Hey, Carl, you got anything you want to bring out or say? Just kind of an open forum type of thing, I guess. Just bring out anything.
Nothing your call lagged out or left.
You did?
Yeah. He did like 10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
What the heck? Thought he was here the whole time. All right. See what we can get here.
Yeah, but these people think we just doing that to be mean and just to be talking stuff. We ain't doing that. That's not the message. All we trying to tell you is
we want you to get right, man. Because we love you. We want you to be saved.
Be good. Right. We ain't doing this just to be talking stuff. That's not what it's for. It's to be corrected, not be talking stuff.
Right. This is Ecclesiastes 8:11-13. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before Yahweh. So people think because they don't get judged right after they do something wicked, or a day after, a week, a month, or a year, that means that they're not doing anything wrong, or that means that there is no God. That's how they'll look at it. I mean,
Right.
you could get saved from a car crash and gunshot wounds and all that shit. It still doesn't mean that you're righteous, man. You could be getting preserved for a missile.
Right.
Because that is in the scriptures, being preserved. So I can get that. Well, actually, here, can you get 2 Peter 2? I think it's verse 9.
All right. 2 Peter.
I think it's verse 9.
Okay. Yeah. It is.
Yeah, it's verse 9.
Yeah. All right. Let me read it. Let me mark it first. All right. This is 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 9. The Lord Yahweh knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
Right. And what is the biggest temptation that's coming? The hour temptation, when that chip is made mandatory. That's the biggest temptation that's coming, which I think that's Revelation 3:10. Can you get Revelations 3:10? Baba Kusha? I think that's where it is. Yeah.
All right, Revelation 3:10.
Right.
Okay, let me get that. Revelations 3:10. All right, Revelation chapter 3 verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Right. No, that's it. So
okay,
the elect, they're going to endure. They're not going to conform and take that chip, right? They're going to endure the tortures or endure temptation as a whole, and they're going to refuse that chip. They're not going to take it, no matter what, all right? Because if you take that chip, you're going to be utterly destroyed off the planet by nuclear destruction, all right?
Yeah, that's the most horrible death ever. Yeah, you don't want no parts of that.
Right. I mean, yeah, I believe that's going to be the worst death possible.
Right. Yeah, so whatever. That's why you got to pray to the Lord to have the spirit that day. on that day, or all the time, really.
This is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 22. For Yahweh is our judge, Yahweh is our lawgiver, Yahweh is our king, he will save us. All right, so Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai will save us, we believe through faith. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, we will be delivered in these upcoming times. Yahweh Yahweh Shai is that we're of the elect and that we can endure, to the end. All right, because it tells you in Matthew 24 and 13 that he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Can you get that? Baba Kusha? I think it's verse 13. Matthew 24.
All right. Matthew 24 and what verse?
13.
Okay, bet. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Right, so you have to endure, you have to finish, you have to cross that finish line. You can't just stop halfway through. You can't just stop with the last 10 feet. You have to cross the finish line. All right, you have to endure the whole journey. Right? I'm going to go to endure on Edamon or Salakia, Edamon online.
Mm-hmm.
Or Eddie. You know what I mean? The etymology thing, I think it's Eddie Monline, Eddie Monline, something like that. It says endure, to undergo or suffer, especially without breaking, to continue in existence, make hard, harden, bear, tolerate, keep up, maintain. So yeah, basically to suffer, but continue, to not break, right? To continually. Oh, it says right here, be firm, solid, steadfast. All right, so that's what we have to do onto the end. Okay, whether the end be you getting beamed up in a chariot or you getting killed as a martyr, you have to endure. Not up until that point, not like right at that point. Then you fucking fold. Past that point, all right. You have to endure up until the point when your spirit leaves your body, or when you're beamed up. All right, until the finish line.
Exactly. But those are the finish lines.
All right. You have anything else you want to bring out?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, with that said, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yad, La, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Wahar, Rachat, Kadash. The bonus to the apostles and the others, the great millstone, who rule well, and peace and blessing, salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel, Yasha Allah. Shalom.
Shalom.